Okay, we're going to have a set of videos here where we show you how to get started making web pages. So the first thing that we're going to do is open up an editor, and you notice I'm using Notepad. I'm not using Word, so I strongly suggest for the first couple weeks that you just use Notepad, and later on we'll take you into some other editors. So like I said, we'll have a series of videos. In this first video, well, I'm sorry, we're going to show you how to do three things that we just normally do in web pages. That's putting in text, putting in pictures or images, and putting in links. So this first one we'll put in the text. And to put text in a web page, all you do is open up Notepad, whatever it is you want to put in there, and type the text. Now to make this into a web page, there's two rules we have for saving it. So go to File, Save As, and I want to make sure and save this, save it as plain text. So that's why we say use Notepad, don't use Word or anything like that. You just need to make sure that this is a plain text document. However, the file name, so that's rule number one. We want plain text, and with Notepad we don't have to worry about it. It's always going to be plain text. But rule number two is the file has to have an extension, not of TXT, but of HTML. And this is what tells computers, everybody out there, the browser, this is a web page. So you notice I call this hello.html. So I'll save this, and now I'll go to my documents. And to test this out, I'm going to load it up in the browser. So to do this, again, I've saved it in my documents, so I'll go to my documents and just double click on this. You notice here's my web page and here's the text I put in there. So let's just review that one more time. There's kind of four steps. You open up a plain text editor, you type in the text you want on your web page. First two things. Next step, when you go to Save As, again, we don't really have to worry it's going to be plain text, but that's step number 3. Make sure it's a plain text document. And then step number 4, make sure it ends in this .html extension. So that's creating it, and then viewing it again. You go wherever you saved it. You know, I say save it in my doc. I'm saving on the desktop, someplace you can find it. Find the file, double click on it, and you'll be able to open it. If you find the file here and it says hello.txt instead of hello.html, then something's wrong. And when you double click on it, it's not going to open up in the browser. It's going to, oh, I'm sorry, I'm going to cancel this because it's trying to open up this other tool. So anyway, that's the steps to this, making your first web page.